the video around jump points, how to find them, and then how to navigate them, right? So I do have the navigation tutorial video, as I mentioned, but this one is going to pretty much go from start to finish, a full trip back and forth, but from your hab, because you may have the question of, hey, how do I even find them, right? So let's do that. So coming out of your hab, or if you are brand new and you're actually loading up into the game for the very first time, you'll be on the planetary, one of the planetary surfaces once you choose your location, whether that's in Stanton or in Pyro. I'm going to give you the guide starting from Stanton. So what you want to do, you could start by pressing F1, but I recommend pressing F2 because it brings up your map, your galactic map, right away, right? And you'll see your immediate vicinity. Now I just scrolled out with my middle mouse wheel, but you'll start basically here, your local location. So this is the on foot radar, and as you can see, this is the same location in my habitation area that I'm at. Right now I can scroll out or up and down, which will zoom in and out based on my location. Your immediate scroll out or scroll down will take you all the way to the planetary view, as you saw. So we're going to do that. We're going to scroll all the way back out, and you're going to see your current planetary system. So we're in the Crusader system. So that's the moons that are surrounding us, right? But what we're going to also do is back out. Ooh, these are new. I'm in the PTU, by the way. Sorry, I digress. You're gonna scroll down once more, right? Or well, a little bit more. So you get all the way out to the Stanton view. Now, because I want to be thorough here, please bear with me. I'm gonna just also cover some of the controls here. So if you hold right click, you'll be panning your the map, I guess. If you left click or hold left click, you'll actually rotate around a center pivot. Okay. So I say that to say, because you might have to do a little bit of moving, especially if you went out just this far, right? Let's say you just zoomed out this far. Well, a little bit of panning might get you there, but I do recommend panning all the way out so you can see the full system, right? All of the rings here. As you can notice, there's a gateway over here, but here's the thing. The name of the jump points on your map are going to have a gateway to it. Now, as you can see, you immediately there's 3, right? Magnus Gateway, Pyro Gateway, which is the one we're going to be going to, and the one that's relevant for this video. And then you see the Terra Gateway. Those will be future gateways that we can navigate to. But here's another cool thing you can do. And again, just me being thorough here. Hopefully it's helpful. If you come to the search locations in the top left corner here and you type in gateway, you'll see all the gateways. Right now, this one's in Pyro, so you can ignore it. The one we're in Stanton, so these are the 3 gateways, right? And you can just click on Pyro Gateway, and it'll take us right to it. Bingo! That's how we find the gateway, right? So let's go ahead and, well, we can't do anything because we're not in our ship, and so this is a very important detail. If I click this, I won't have any options, right? Because it tells us we need a ship for routing. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to that place. So at this point, your goal is to go ahead and get to your ship. That's the next goal here. All right, I'll meet you there. Okay, so let's get right to the point. We're in our ship now, right? Let's go ahead and power it up. Give it engines. And back to F2. Go ahead and press F2. So now we can actually route to where we want to go. And as you can see, now our immediate starting point for the map is the planetary view. Again, scroll out. So scroll down on your mouse wheel and get all the way out to this part. Be careful not to over scroll. You'll go all the way out to this system view, which is basically here. So, oh, not there, but here. So be careful. If you do that, just go back into Stanton by double clicking. And of course it zooms in incredibly close, or in a way that's difficult to understand what's going on. So just scroll back in, and now we're at the sun. So bingo, that's good. Either way, get back to this point, right? So now that we're in our hangar, we're in our ship, let's go ahead and do this, right? So we know we want to go to Pyro. Again, you can type in the search. You can type Pyro, but I recommend Gateway because, you know, why not? So because we're in Stanton, this is one we want to go to, the Pyro Gateway. Click it. Takes us right there. Now, it's obstructed, and all that basically means is that we have no clear path to it, and mainly that can happen depending on where you are. It's hit or miss. Either way, what we want to do is get out into space first. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's get out of here. Immediately open up my... Now, I do not recommend loitering. Anytime you exit into space, just don't loiter. Saves yourself a lot of problems. So if you want, if you know, again, this is just a habit that I get into, I'll just try to QT to the middle of nowhere. So I'll QT, and then I'll exit out before I reach my destination, right? Now I can take my time. This is just a best practice for you if you are new, because if you are new, chances are you are ripe for the picking. So just be careful out there in these Star Citizen streets. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back to our map, right? Again, that's the system. All right, let's scroll out a little bit further. And let's just do all that again. Yet again, right? So we type gateway. Get to Pyro. Gateway here. Now you left click it, you'll see that we actually have a route. You want to go ahead and click that. It will map out that route for you. And then when we go ahead and hit F2 again to exit, on our screen, we should see a little marker as we do to the top left there, right? And this is our straight shot to get to the gateway. Now let's go ahead and traverse there. Spool up the quantum drive, and then we engage. And we listen to that amazing music. Okay, so I jumped out of quantum for a second just to kind of give you a few more tips. As you approach this jump point, you need to be aware that there will be a period of vulnerability. I just want to give you a heads up because in the current meta or the current flight model, there is really no recourse to guarantee your safety around the jump point. So you're going to want to be mindful of this. And this is not a tutorial video, but maybe this warrants one. But nonetheless, I just want to let you know that be careful on the jump point, especially if you're new. You're basically a sitting duck for a period of time. So let's go ahead and get to the jump point. All right, so back to the question of, well, how the heck do I find the jump point? First of all, you wait for the station to come in, right? But what you could do is just hit a quick scan. So find your scan key. I forgot what the default is because I use my flight sticks. But if you hit this scan, you'll see this jump point detected pop up. That's the best way to find it, right? And so you just sort of adjust your heading toward that path, right? And you can already see the jump point opening there. Now I've done the jump point tutorial already, so there really is no reason to go through it again. But just for those who may be only watching this video, I will go through the jump point and showcase it. But a quick tip, if you do not see these rings, these flashing rings, that means you do not have a jump drive, and you want to make sure you either go pick up a ship that has one or buy a jump drive and get it into your ship if your ship can hold one. Nonetheless, you should see these rings. And once you do that, you're pretty much good to go. Now, your quantum fuel is important for navigating the jump point. So you'll see a failure pop up if indeed you do not have enough. But let's go ahead and approach the jump point, which is all you do. Remaining in navigation mode. As you can see at the top there, the online indicator. So we wait for the calibration to begin. Now the jump hole is already open, so we don't have to do anything here. We just wait for all the calibration to complete, and then we'll automatically enter the jump tunnel like so. Now the navigation has been improved from when it first released, so I feel like it's a little bit easier than it used to be. You don't have to do anything except for navigate your ship, or basically, you know, navigate through the wormhole. Now you have to be careful of hitting the sides, and I typically do better than this, but try to stay in the middle as much as you can. But do not hit these little center, whatever you really want to call them. I don't even know what you call those things, but just avoid them if you can. Now again, speaking about safety, again, you are vulnerable because while you're in navigation mode, you do not have shields, and you also do not have the ability to fire countermeasures, or any of your weapons for that matter. So you're a sitting duck and an easy kill. So let's just be mindful of that, right? So just do your best to scan around the jump point before you get to it to make sure that it's relatively safe. And even coming out of here, you're absolutely vulnerable. So my recommendation is to get your reticle onto a target destination immediately. Let the quantum drive spool up and get out of here as fast as you can. Now, again, same rule of thumb, I'll come immediately back out of quantum once I get to some relative distance, relevant distance away from the station or from the jump point, because it's hard for people to catch you out here, right? So that's my recommendations. I hope that tutorial was helpful, but this is mainly for all you new players that are coming to Star Citizen for the first time, or maybe coming back after a long time and really haven't had a chance to interact with the jump points, or, you know, get a tutorial about how to navigate them. So again, same thing, hit scan, you'll see the green jump point detected, and you just make a beeline there. Again, make sure you have enough fuel. But let's go ahead and head back. And again, you see those rings, right? The flashing rings. That means I have, it's sort of a confirmation that you have a jump drive on your ship. Again, we're going to point to the end of those rings, which is where the jump hole is. This time it's closed. And again, I do recommend scanning. If you see any players around, yeah, who knows? Good luck, right? At least until we get better options for self-defense over here. But this will run or function a little bit differently, because I will have to press the left mouse button once the indicator on the screen changes to activate jump point. Tuning completed, activate jump point, hit your left mouse button, you're going to shoot. I think there's a player nearby. Yep, and we got missiles incoming. So this is actually a really good tutorial, because they're shooting at me, I think. So you're a sitting duck right here. If I get hit with a missile, it's lights out. And who knows, if the server is not performing the greatest, this can be a longer delay, but nonetheless, you can probably see exactly what I mean now. But I was able to make it through in time without being destroyed. But it's almost as if the Star Citizen gods knew I was making a tutorial and wanted to showcase how dangerous it can be around the jump point. And I'm in a starter ship of sorts as well, so that would have taken nothing to destroy me in 2 seconds. But so if you're listening, CIG, please look out for your new players, and make it a little bit easier to defend yourself around jump points, even though we know that's coming, right? Maybe security forces near the jump point to help make it a little bit easier to survive. Anyway, I digress. That is the tutorial though. Hope it was helpful. Please let me know in the comment section below if there's any other questions you have. Maybe we can answer it. Maybe I can answer it. Maybe some of the others in the chat section can help you. Either way, thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll see you in another video.